What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Ango show. We are back, and hopefully you guys are all having a great day. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. We are doing a vertical stream today. In order for me to do the TikTok stuff, I'm testing both out. So today I'm actually not live on TikTok. I'm testing it out on YouTube first to make sure my plugins work. So we're going to be a little bit more chill, a little bit more laid back. Hopefully you guys are all having a great day. We are going to talk about AEW Dynamite. I understand, Mike. Yeah, I know. Not crazy about this format. So the thing is, for me personally, the way that I'm kind of looking at this is I want to be able to eventually stream. So I'm testing the plugins out right now within my software, but I basically want to stream for regular, like how we normally stream, right? Full screen. And then simulcasting that onto YouTube in the shorts, like vertical format, while also simulcasting on TikTok in that same format. So me personally, the way that I'm looking at it is I'm testing it out because eventually when I do the simulcast, you guys will have multiple ways to watch me. And then hopefully people will be able to watch on, you guys will be able to hopefully watch like on TV, on your phone, on your iPad. And then everything will be like, yeah, everything will be cohesive. That's what I'm working on. That's what I'm trying to do. I do apologize for not starting immediately at 12 o'clock today. I had a very, very, very good, important business call, which obviously has an impact on the future of the channel. So that was really cool. I'm just trying to make an impact. You feel me? So that's that was pretty exciting for me. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Honestly, like I'm pretty damn excited. We'll see. Yeah, pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Oh, I gotta turn down my audio. My bad. Did I sign a multi-year deal with a company? No. No. I'm just I'm working on some stuff. Got my media credentials for Bound for Glory, so that's been done with, which is really cool. I'll be at the press conference. I believe I will be able to stream the event as well. So I am pretty excited about that. As you guys know, I'm very, very big into TNA, and I am very excited about that. Shout out to Right Hand Cam, member for 22 months. I heard that last night's AEW was confusing. We will definitely talk about that. There were some things I actually really liked about Dynamite, so I want to talk about it. So we'll see, you know. But yeah, the call went good. I'm getting my credentials for Bound for Glory. Bound for Glory is in Detroit. I will be at the press conference. And I'm very excited about that. Anytime I get media opportunities, I'm very blessed and thankful for it. Guys, is the music in the background too loud? I hope it's not, but I'm just curious if it is. Who's that on the impact zone? It's your boy Ango. That's funny. The music is fine. Okay, cool. I just like to have a little bit of background music. I could always turn it up, but I have it like half. I try not to keep it too loud, but sometimes it could be kind of weird. If you guys haven't clicked like on the stream, can you guys do that for me? That'd be really sweet. I'd really appreciate it. We will talk about Dynamite in just a little bit. For now, let's chill and talk for a minute. Appreciate you, David Decker. Super chats work the same. And TTS should still be working. So if anybody drops a $5 or more super chat, I should have TTS. Yeah, I think the heart is the format. I think. But I could be wrong. It's all right, David. No problem, man. Dynamite, listen, because we will talk about Dynamite. I didn't hate Dynamite last night. I felt like there was some more focus on stories, which is good. But there's some confusion with Dynamite. So I definitely want to talk about that. Because I don't know, like some parts of Dynamite confuse me. Ango, off topic, are you crossing the border for Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling? I am not, unfortunately. I was hoping that I would be able to make it, but unfortunately I cannot make it. I have a very big weekend ahead of me. So unfortunately, I will not be able to see it. I will try to watch it on Triller TV if I can find the time, but it is going to be very difficult for me to manage. So I might have to watch. Sunday I could probably watch it. Saturday I probably won't be able to. So we'll kind of see what happens there. Justin Kennington dropping a $1.99 super chat. He says, I am tired of seeing ROH titles on Dynamite. Yeah, that was one of the things I didn't really care for. I still don't care for. If I'm being completely honest, Justin, I think the ROH situation is like man, the ROH integration I just think is being done poorly. Honestly, I really do. I really don't like the way ROH is integrated into the AEW product. So I get it. I am tired of seeing ROH titles on Dynamite. You know, it's funny because the ROH titles are on Dynamite, but where the fuck is Athena, man? You know? Like they have Mariah May versus Anna Jay at Battle of the Belts. Like, why can't we build something exciting with ROH's Women's World Champion? I'm reading the chat. ROH is treated better on Dynamite than its own show. Sometimes I think that, man. Trey Lusato says, I completely forgot about Athena. Yeah. Who is one of the top performers in the women's wrestling world today. So that's where I get a little bit frustrated with AEW, quite honestly. I think like Athena is somebody who like I don't know.
Super chatted $10. Literally just finished watching your video on the TNA Hall of Fame announcement. Great to hear. I'm planning to watch Forged in Excellence this weekend. It seems to be shaping up pretty good.
Ronnie Southern dropping the $10 super chat. If you guys couldn't hear the TTS, he says, literally just finished watching your video on the TNA Hall of Fame announcement. Great to hear. I'm planning to watch Forged in Excellence this weekend. It seems to be shaping up pretty good. Yeah, honestly, I'm excited. I'm excited for TNA's Hall of Fame. I feel like they really did a good job. I feel like they really did a good job when it comes to the announcements. I feel like Rhino is somebody. Let me turn off this music. It's now distracting me. My bad. I feel like Rhino is somebody who deserves it, man. Like he joined the company in 2005. Obviously, he eventually left, went back to WWE, and came back. But I'm a big fan of Rhino, and I am a big believer in people shouldn't have to pass away for them to get inducted into the Hall of Fame. I really do believe that. So to see Rhino get inducted in Detroit, I think that's marvelous. I think that is really, really cool. I think that's very exciting. And also, you know, the truth is, not only did they induct Rhino, but they inducted Bob Ryder, who not a lot of people may know, but Bob Ryder was very, very instrumental in the growth of TNA. He co-founded the company, you know, so to see Bob Ryder, you know, even though it's posthumous in terms of the induction, I am glad to see that he is being inducted. As far as Forged in Excellence goes, Ronnie, I'm excited about the event. Honestly, I just have some things that I have to take care of this weekend, and unfortunately, I don't think I will be able to watch it, but I do look forward to watching it because I feel like Scott D'Amore, he is somebody, man, he understands pro wrestling, and, you know, I really hate the idea of him not being in a major wrestling company. I really did not like the fact that him and TNA just split apart. But at the same time, too, I feel like Anthem is still doing a great job even without Scott D'Amore, which was obviously pretty important. So for that reason, I'm excited. Like, this is just another option for pro wrestling fans, and we're gonna get some great matchups. Yeah, I'm excited about it. Forged in Excellence should be great. Excuse me. Really excited about Kinosuke Takeshita versus Josh Alexander. Holy shit, that's going to be a great match. I don't know who's going to win or lose, but I can't imagine Tony Khan allowing his international champion dropping the belt. So it seems very predictable. I don't know how they're going to go about it, but I am excited about that. Ronnie Southern, thank you for the $10 super chat. Appreciate you. Justin Kennington did drop another super chat for $1.99. He says, could AEW use ROH like WWE uses NXT? You know, the thing is, that's like the one area where I would love for them to copy NXT. You know, I don't know why this is still something we talk about like a year or two later, but we still talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still talk about this shit. And it is so strange to me that we are watching ROH. Like, you will never hear me talk shit about ROH because under Tony Khan's leadership, like, we could talk shit about the show, okay? Like, let's make that clear. We could talk shit about the booking, we could talk shit about the direction of the show, the business, but the business aspect of it, we can't talk shit about because Sinclair was a terrible owner for Ring of Honor. They were a terrible, terrible owner for Ring of Honor. So even though I don't like the direction of ROH, I don't like ROH's integration in AEW, just Tony Khan solely owning it and letting people work matches under the brand is far greater than what would have happened with Sinclair, because Sinclair, they gave up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really did give up. They really did give up. And the previous owner for ROH was honestly not a great owner for ROH. So at the very, very least, I will give Tony Khan that. The fact that Tony Khan does put money into it, I do respect.
Right hand cam super chatted $5. Big fan of Rhino. He's a cool dude. I've met him in person last year at PPW Christmas Bash here in Fland. Now he's the Michigan State heavyweight champ.
Shout out to Cam for the $5 super chat. Yeah, I mean, who isn't a big fan of Rhino? Right? Like, that's one of the big things, man. Like, this is a guy, I've met him before, obviously. Just a really, really cool guy. He's a really good wrestler, right? He's an exciting wrestler. He's a fun wrestler to watch. And, you know, when I see Rhino get inducted, like, the reaction is going to be great. At Bound for Glory, when they honor Rhino, it's going to be a great reaction. But he's just a cool-ass guy. He's a cool-ass guy.
Super chatted $9.99. Do you think Daniel Garcia will do better in it, or he should test the waters first in WWE/NXT regardless the pay difference? For TNA, who should take the title from Jordan? I don't see anyone EATM.
Yeah, so David Primero, shout out to Cam, by the way, for that $5 super chat. David Primero dropping the $9.99. So do I think Daniel Garcia will do better in AEW than WWE? This is a really good question because I think it's still a little too early to tell. However, what I will say is this. With Daniel Garcia, how do you not take AEW's money? Right? Like, the reports came out. It's a multi-year deal. AEW paid him a lot more money than WWE would have offered. Should he have tested the waters for less money? No, honestly, in my opinion, and I know people are not going to like this opinion of mine, but I really don't care because I'm very firm on this. At the end of the day, we could talk about booking, we could talk about wrestling matches, we could talk about creative differences, we could talk about WWE good, AEW bad, AEW good, WWE bad. We could sit here and do that all day, right? And we could sit there and debate the semantics of it all. But Daniel Garcia is 20-something years old. He's a wrestler in an industry where there is no guarantee that you will be rich forever. Okay? I am one of those people that believe, go get the bag. Go get the bag. I personally, as an individual, I do not worship money, right? I really don't. But you would be a fool to not think that money matters. Like, money does matter. You got to pay bills. If you want to have a family, it costs money. If you want to go on vacations, it costs money. If you want nice cars, it costs money. If you need a car, and maybe not a nice car, but if you need a car, guess what? That costs money. If you need to put food on the table, guess what? That costs money. Everything around this world revolves around money. And so I'm not the type of person to worship money. But at the same time, too, I would be very dumb to say, hey, Daniel Garcia, you should sign for NXT, get paid less than what you would get paid AEW. Now, as far as do I think he will be booked better in AEW or WWE, it's too early to tell. I don't feel like AEW has ever done anything great with Daniel Garcia. But it's not to say that WWE wouldn't make him any better or any worse. I like the kid a lot. I think he is so incredibly talented that me personally, I would love to see this dude get an opportunity. I would love to see this dude become a big fish in a big water, you know? Now, regardless, I will say this. They are teasing some long-term stuff here, and it looks like it could be a good storyline. But I really love the idea of Daniel Garcia and Private Party kind of being affiliated. And I really want to see what happens with this Jon Moxley storyline, because Jon Moxley's storyline is like very anti-AEW. If Daniel Garcia leads the ship for Team AEW, maybe that could be a really, really good thing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, to go back to David's super chat, I think I hope he does good regardless of where he's at. I don't blame him one bit for taking more money, as he should. 100%. Regarding the second half of your super chat, for TNA, who should take the title from Jordan? I don't see anyone at the moment. This is a great question. Booking doesn't necessarily reflect this. Okay? But I would love honestly, like, I would love a WWE star to take the belt, man. That's how I look at it. I just dropped my phone. No. So, yeah, dude, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Wendy True will be great. I think Wendy True taking the belt would be awesome. Maybe Tasha Steelz. That could be a fun championship reign. It just depends. It really just depends. Thank you, David, for the $10 super chat. And we'll break down the show shortly. You guys have a lot of great things happening in the chat, so I'm trying to respond to some stuff. Remember, members get priority. Super chats guaranteed. Questions being read. Has Private Party ever won a match of significance? Well, they one time pulled off the upset with the Young Bucks early days. But unfortunately, AEW never capitalized on it. You know, that's when I say, like, I always say, unfortunately, AEW has never capitalized on it. You know? So here's the thing, right? Jason says Private Party wins a lot on Rampage and their build is just starting. But this is a company that's 5 years old and they've been there from the beginning at a time where tag team wrestling was so dominant for AEW. And it's just like, it took them 5 years to capitalize. Like, what? Like, Rampage, I'm sorry, man, but like, who gives a shit about that show? AEW don't care about Rampage, so why should we? You know what I mean? It's just one of those things, man. It's just one of those things. Definitely one of those things. There's an issue with continuity between these companies or between these shows. They can't expect you to watch Rampage when they're not really loading Rampage up with like quality stories. That's the problem. But Private Party people forget that Private Party had the big upset against the Young Bucks, and for some reason they never capitalized on it. I never understood that. And it goes back to what I said earlier. That's the issue. Always failing to capitalize.
Super chatted $5. I wanna see NXT travel city to city, but I get the PC as their home base.
Cam dropping the $5 super chat. I want to see NXT travel city to city, but I get the PC as their home base. They should do all of their special episodes and pay-per-views on the road. 100%. I'll be honest with you. NXT is putting up Dynamite numbers when it comes to being on the road, which is interesting. That's a very interesting situation that they've had as they continue to grow. You know what I mean? Yeah, NXT's numbers, NXT shouldn't be in a situation where their numbers are comparable to Dynamite. But I don't know if NXT is ready to be on the road full time either. As much as I like the product and they're gaining momentum. But that arena that they did in St. Louis was really cool. And I wish Dynamite did venues like that. I really do. I really wish Dynamite did venues like the one NXT did in St. Louis. That would have been really cool, man. Or like when TNA went and did Hard to Kill in Las Vegas. It was just like such a cool, intimate building. You know? I kind of wish that was the situation. Unfortunately not. Thank you, Cam, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Mike says, after Wrestle Dream, I skipped Dynamite. I had better things to do, and I really didn't have any motivation to watch. I'll probably watch it later today. So the thing is, I think the general consensus is that everybody used to watch AEW with like eagerness. Like they were excited to watch Dynamite. That's not necessarily the same right now. That's the issue. It's not necessarily the same. I watched it to see how they would capitalize off of the Moxley situation. He didn't even come out with the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I have a very strong feeling that we're getting a new AEW title belt. And I predicted it long before. I said when Danielson drops the belt, we're getting a new AEW Championship belt. So maybe that's what's happening because we didn't see Moxley with the belt. Last night's Dynamite kicked off with the return of Adam Cole. This was my problem with Dynamite. Adam Cole's now a babyface. MJF is a heel. He's trying to justify being a babyface now. I don't know. Personally speaking, I did not care for this segment. Adam Cole's aura is gone. It's gone. The Adam Cole that I loved in NXT Undisputed Era, man, that's the Adam Cole I like. I don't know. Adam Cole in this situation, the way AEW is trying to explain his babyface role and MJF being a heel, based on what we saw on TV before, it's an over convoluted mess. So I didn't personally like this. This was one of the weaker parts of Dynamite. You know what I mean? Jason says, Cole and MJF will never make sense and you'll break your brain doing so. Yeah, it just doesn't. I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense. It's literally one of the things where I'm like, it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Shame on Tony Khan. Shame on Tony Khan. And I don't know whoever else is writing this shit. I don't know if it's Will Washington. I don't know if it's Tony Khan. I don't know if it's Stephanie Peppermint or whatever her name is. I don't know. Jimmy Jacobs is gone. I don't know if they kept the script from Jimmy Jacobs before, after he left. I don't know. But to me, I thought this was ridiculous. I thought it was a very poor explanation. I thought it was confusing as hell. And to be honest with you, AEW really stank things up with this Devil storyline. Now Adam Cole is back. Honestly, I would have just preferred if they dropped it altogether. Honestly. Because MJF being a heel, like I like MJF saying because of Adam Cole, he'll never learn how to trust. Like that's cool. But I don't know. This shit was booty. I'm sorry. I'm not being a hater. I'm literally just being honest. I haven't seen one person respond positively to this, and it's just very confusing. It's not very fun to watch. And I feel like Adam Cole deserves better. I think MJF deserves better. And truth be told, I just think this is like not good. Honestly, I just don't think it's good. Wrestling entertainment is subjective. You guys could feel how you feel. But for me, that storyline isn't for me, man. It's not something I enjoy watching. I'm definitely not entertained or intrigued by it. So, yeah. We have FTR versus The Learning Tree. Big Bill versus Brian Keith. Not bad match at all. I really like Big Bill. I know at one point they teased him leaving the group. It hasn't happened yet. FTR won. I want to see them keep pushing the idea of Big Bill breaking away. Big Bill, William Morrissey. Get him away from this Learning Tree thing. It's not enjoyable to watch. The Learning Tree gimmick is not fun. But it was a fun match. It was cool. It was fine. You know what I mean? I want to see what they do with the Outrunners because the Outrunners came out. Maybe there's some potential there. These guys are selling a lot of merch. A lot of steam picking up for these guys. So hopefully AEW understands that and capitalizes on it for sure. That would be nice. Big Bill would work great as Mox's muscle and more serious, for sure. For sure. Definitely agreed. I also think the Chris Jericho thing is not really entertaining anymore. Like, it's just not. We got Mercedes Moné versus Queen Aminata. I like this. Which is weird because I don't think a lot of people like this, but I like this. I really, really like Queen Aminata. I would really, really like to see her in a more prominent position within AEW. You know, the match was fine. They had some really cool transitions, some really cool sequences. My only thing is with Mercedes, she doesn't stand out. Mercedes isn't coming off as a big deal to me on television, which is weird. I still don't understand Mercedes Moné in AEW. I'm still not understanding it. I don't know why. There's just something that is different. When her music hits, when she comes out, I'm not seeing the money. So it was just like, it was a fine match. It was cool. I don't mind Aminata losing. I think Queen Aminata is really, really good. I think she is somebody that AEW should. I think AEW should invest in her and put some stock in her. You know, that's what I would like to see, personally speaking. We got the Elite versus the Conglomeration. Match ends. No contest. Moxley and the rest of the crew showed up to destroy the Conglomeration. I like this. I like this, guys. I like this a lot. Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, Rocky Romero. I don't know why they're called the Conglomeration, but it's fine. I like these guys. I like Okada. I like the Young Bucks. I thought the booking here was actually very good. The match was good, but I liked the booking here because we needed follow through. And I'm very intrigued, by the way, because Moxley's crew, the BCC, we'll see what it evolves into. But they didn't go after the Elite. And I wonder why. I wonder why they didn't go after the Elite. I don't know. But I like this. I thought, hey, how do you follow up with the Bryan Danielson retirement thing? Mox and the group are going after all these AEW guys. I dig it. What's the purpose? What's the reason? Why are they doing this? We still got to learn why. But I thought this was good follow through. And I'm very intrigued to see the Elite not get messed with here. Whatever's happening with Moxley, whatever's happening in this group, I'm excited about. Top Flight getting involved, the Dark Order getting involved. Let's see what happens. Let's see how they follow through with this. I'm starting to predict that Moxley's group and the Elite are forming a super group all under the leadership of Shane McMahon. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe I'm wrong. I like this. I thought it was good. The next thing that we had was Shelton Benjamin versus Leo Rush. Guys, please, 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 please. Please, 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 please go out of your way and watch this. Please go out of your way and watch this. Shelton Benjamin making his in-ring debut against Lio Rush. Amazing chemistry. A very, 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 very good match. MVP and Layla Gray ringside. I want to see what happens. Shelton Benjamin, I am so happy for this guy. He comes across as a top guy, in my opinion. So I would really, really love it if AEW books him as such. Because in WWE, we saw him as a tag team champion. Always doing gimmicky shit. I want to see this guy go off and do some great things. I would really love that. He ends up beating Lio Rush. How the hell is Shelton Benjamin almost 50 years old, man? He's what, 49, 48? He's almost 50. And I don't want to disrespect the dude. Maybe he is 50 at this point. But he was great. Great. It benefits to be healthy and take care of your body because Shelton Benjamin is like, he was moving around like he was 20 something years old, dude. And Lio Rush is a very, very skilled performer. He was bumping, he was selling the suplexes. Shelton Benjamin does his go-to suplex off of the top rope, the arm drag suplex or whatever they call it. Just really, really cool stuff, man. Next week we get Swerve. Next week we get Swerve and Shelton Benjamin. But this was good. Love it. I love how Shelton Benjamin's been introduced. I love how MVP's been introduced. I thought this was really, really good. Then we got Jay White versus Christian Cage. Christian Cage defeats Jay White, all thanks to Adam Page, who gets his revenge. He hits a buckshot lariat. Somebody put out a tweet, and I can't remember who it was. Yes, Friday Night Dynamite is when the Swerve vs. Benjamin match is happening. That's right. Thank you, guys. Christian Cage beating Jay White was a smart booking decision. This was a good match. It was fun. Everybody getting ejected from ringside was good. I thought this was a well-produced match. Hangman Page, I saw a tweet somebody said, Hangman Page has a hard time letting things go, which was very evident with Swerve. Now it's evident with Jay White. I look forward to seeing how they build off of this. Let's give it a big storyline that it deserves, because these two guys are great. Very solid Dynamite. Very solid. I thought it was solid, man. But I was very, very confused with the Adam Cole and MJF stuff. And, to be honest with you, I'm getting sick and tired of like certain things just not making sense on TV. So I'm really, really, really hoping that for AEW that changes. The best match of the night was Shelton versus Lio Rush. And I really enjoy the story that they're telling with Moxley and the Elite.
Right hand cam super chatted $5. Bobby is 47, MVP is 50, Shelton is 49, man black don't crack. In other words, they found the fountain of youth.
All right, right hand cam dropping the $5 super chat. If you guys didn't hear the TTS, he says Bobby is 47, MVP is 50, Shelton is 49. Man, black don't crack. In other words, they found the fountain of youth. Yeah, man. Well, they took care of themselves. One of the worst takes that I see on social media is that like you can't push old guys in pro wrestling. Guys, it's not the 90s anymore. It's not the 80s and 90s. It's different. These people, they really, I mean, health wise, wrestlers are far more healthier these days. You know what I mean? And these guys, Bobby, especially Shelton and Bobby, like these guys have taken care of themselves. Yeah. I just thought, what about Shelton Benjamin versus Konosuke Takeshita for the international title? Like, how can you not get excited about that? That could be really fun, dude. That could be really fun. I would love to see that happen. There's a lot of matches I want to see. Clearly, this is leading to Bobby and Swerve at some point. We'll see how the story gets there. But I'm definitely excited about it. It's good. It's good. I think this is good stuff. I think this is the kind of stuff that like AEW can tell good stories with. But don't be putting this shit on Rampage and don't be putting this shit on Collision. Put it on Dynamite. You know what I mean? Put it on Dynamite. That's what I want to see. Again, it's all about how you capitalize. That's what I care about. Shout out to Right Hand Cam for the super chat. Appreciate it, my boy. If anybody has any other last minute super chats, go ahead and drop them before we call it a stream. Everything seems to be working good. So now we will try to get to a point where everything will work between all these other things. There was a very interesting news story that has dropped because of WrestleVotes, so I figure we could talk about it now. During the latest episodes of WrestleVotes Radio on Sportskeeda, there has been talks of a Judgment Day member leaving the group. WrestleVotes has come out and said that the group is starting to get a little bloated. And basically, there has been talks within the company to have Carlito removed from the group. There is no timetable, but they do believe by the end of the year, Carlito and the plans for him in the Judgment Day will come to the end. There have been plans to separate him from the group and just allow him and go singles run. You know, this is actually an interesting story because the Judgment Day just added Raquel Rodriguez, which I think makes a lot of sense, and I think it's a good thing for Raquel to be involved. We did predict that a while ago. But when I think of Carlito, and I look at the current WWE atmosphere, I don't know what you could do with Carlito as a singles guy.
Right Hand Cam super chatted $5. Great show as always, can't believe I've been a member for 22 months, wow.
Cam dropping the $5 super chat. Great show as always, can't believe I've been a member for 22 months now. Yeah, Cam, appreciate your loyalty, appreciate your love. Really, really appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much, and thank you again for all your support. Isn't Judgment Day 4 people? I'm asking, I don't watch much WWE. So the Judgment Day is Finn Balor, JD McDonough, Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Dom Mysterio, and Carlito. You got 6 people. Now, the thing is, I like JD McDonough in the group. I like Finn Balor in the group. But I've already talked about this before. Finn Balor should probably leave the group. Finn Balor, we need to get Demon Finn Balor back. We need to get that side of Finn Balor back. Finn Balor could be competing for the World Championships. Finn Balor doesn't need to be involved in this group anymore. If anything, I would keep the Judgment Day between Liv, Dom, and Raquel. But eventually, I've already said this, eventually Liv Morgan is going to break Dominic Mysterio's heart. And he's going to be all alone. So I think the entire group will fold at some point. Maybe by next year WrestleMania time. But as far as the Judgment Day goes now, Carlito definitely doesn't need to be in the group. But at the same time, what do you do with Carlito? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do with Carlito in a singles role? I mean, you can move him to SmackDown and put him in the mix for the US title. Because SmackDown's mid-card is somewhat lacking. But when we look at the Intercontinental Championship picture, I don't know if I would really want Carlito to take over. I don't know if I would really want Carlito to be involved in that mix. So what do you do with Carlito? You had him in the LWO. Then you moved him to the Judgment Day. I mean, do we get to the point where maybe Carlito... I don't know. I really don't know, man. I saw someone in the chat say, hey, maybe Carlito could get an NXT run since they need some top heels in the championship picture. Which, I mean, technically could make a lot of sense. The thing about Carlito is he could still go. You know what I mean? He could still go. But what are you going to do with that? That's really the thing that, like, I just don't know what you do with him. And there's just so many people not being utilized. There's already a lot of people not being utilized. Great question. What happened to Baron Corbin? Nats fan 31. Great question. Yeah, like, I don't know if Baron Corbin is sidelined with an injury or something. I don't know. But Baron Corbin should be in the mid-card title picture. So you already have people like Baron Corbin not being used. You take Carlito out of the Judgment Day. What are you doing with Carlito? And I like Carlito. I'm just trying to figure it out from a perspective of, like, the way Triple H does things. Tough, man. I thought Carlito, by the way, when he saw Raquel Rodriguez join the group, his reaction to it was quite funny. So there is stuff that you can do with him in the group. But honestly, I don't even think this is, like, I personally don't think the Judgment Day is that exciting now. And I want those tag titles off of Finn and JD. So, man, I'm predicting that the group folds by next year, but you know what, man? Let's get away from this shit. Let's start speeding it up a little bit. The Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio, Liv, and Raquel, that could be its own thing. Don't bring down Rhea. Well, Rhea's not in the group anymore, but don't bring down Finn and JD and all that. I feel like the Judgment Day already hit its peak. I feel like the stuff that happens with Dom and Liv don't necessarily impact Carlito or anybody else. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. Carlito leaving the group makes a lot of sense. It also made a lot of sense for Raquel to join the group. WWE, obviously, according to the report, does not have any timetable for this. Make it fun and exciting. Make it fun and exciting. When you have Carlito get kicked out of the group, make it fun and exciting. Create a storyline out of it. Do something out of it. But I will say this, because we are live. I miss when R-Truth and Damian Priest and Finn, all of them were doing their storylines on TV and those promos, and R-Truth was just being funny as hell. Ever since this Judgment Day thing became like a romantic thing, I feel like my interest throughout time has gone less and less. But again, Liv Morgan's going to break Dominic Mysterio's heart and then he'll be all alone. So we'll see how that all transpires on television. I don't know. Could be really interesting to see, though, for sure. Ladies and gentlemen, it's almost 2 o'clock. I appreciate all of you guys coming through. The viewership on this stream, the super chats, and the support on the stream were extremely great. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for all coming. We'll be back later with more videos, and we will be back this weekend with more content. And yeah, I will see you guys. Thank you all. It's cold out. It's cold out. Stay warm. Stay warm. All right, y'all. I'll see you. Peace.